Hello children. So in yesterday's class we have done that nutrition in plant is how plant prepare food on their own for not only for themselves but also for the entire ecosystem. They are producing food using four basic substances like carbon dioxide, water, light and chlorophyll. So out of these four, the chlorophyll they have got their own, and the three things they require from outside, that is they require carbon dioxide from out, they require water from out, and they require light from out. Light is always available, so it will come periodically, that is in the daytime it will be there and night it will not be there. The problem is not there. The next two things, that is the water and carbon dioxide, that becomes a that is the raw material which they have to take from outside. Okay, so now we have to do some of the experiment to know whether they really require these substances. Do photosynthesis require carbon dioxide or water or sunlight, or they require chlorophyll? Can they not carry out photosynthesis without chlorophyll, or can they not carry out photosynthesis without carbon dioxide? Will we be they able to do that or not? So let us study them one by one. Okay. Okay. So let us study one by one these experiment. First experiment is that experiment to prove that light is necessary for photosynthesis. For that, what we require, take a potted plant with broad leaves. Leaves should be broad because we have to fix some cardboard strip in that. Okay. Now next we have to keep the plant in dark for 3 to 4 days. Now the actually that what we are testing is the we cannot test for the presence of glucose on the leaves. So the best and the easiest way is to whether the photosynthesis has taken place or not. What we are doing, that the end product of the photosynthesis is ultimately changed into starch and it is stored. So that we can easily detect the presence of starch in the leaves. So for that, very first thing is that whatever starch is already present in the leaf, which was produced in the previous days, that has to be finished. So to finish that starch which they produced in the previous days, we had to keep the plant in dark for 3 to 4 days. So during these 3 to 4 days, when photosynthesis is not taking place, then the previous starch will be used by the plants and there will be no starch left in their leaves. So this particular step which we are doing, that is keeping the plant in dark, is actually to ensure that there is no starch is in the leaf. Sorry. Now remove the cardboard box and select one of the healthy leaf. Uh, like that in my plant which I had taken for the experiment, all the leaves are healthy leaves. None of them is damaged or brown or burned or infected, etc. So healthy leaf, and cover its half. See here the black strip is put. The black strip is put in such a way that is it is covering both the sides of the leaf. Okay, so you can cover a certain portion of the leaf. So I had written here half, but it can be 1/4 or it can be in between a strip or whatever it is. Taken with a thick cardboard sheets, both the sides. Okay, so suppose this is the leaf. Suppose this is the leaf. We have to put one strip here and the one strip just below it. So this particular part of the leaf will not get light from any side. Okay, and then we have to staple it or we have to clip it, whatever it is. Okay, now next what you have to do is, now place the plant in sun for 3 to 4 to 6 hours. During this phase, that is when the plant is kept in the sun, the photosynthesis will take place as the light will be falling onto the plant. Now pluck and remove the leaf on which the cardboard was fixed, that is the experimented leaf that we have to pluck. Boil the leaf in water. When we boil the leaf in water, what will happen? We already plucked the leaf. Now we have to boil it in the water. When we are boiling it in the water, what happens that all the enzymes which are there, which are responsible for carrying out respiration, photosynthesis, and other biological activities, that enzymes will damage. And as the enzyme damages, no more other activities will be taking place, especially the photosynthesis. So if we will not boil, and then if the leaf is still kept there, so its enzyme is still active. Though the leaf is plucked from the plant, but it is still active, and some amount of photosynthesis can take place. And then our experiment may not be as good as we were expecting. So this is necessary. That is boiling the leaf in water. Next is boil the leaf in alcohol using water bath. We had to take a beaker full of beaker or a half beaker water alcohol, and then this beaker is put into another trough in which some amount of water is there, and then it should be boiled. So why it is necessary? The alcohol's boiling point is somewhere about 78 degrees Celsius, and when we heat, the alcohol will be vaporized, and the vapor of the alcohol is highly inflammable, so it may catch fire. So this particular activity where we are using a water bath, that will cut the contact of the water, the vapor of the alcohol with the flame. So this can be prevented. The flame can be, or the fire can be prevented. And now that was one of the reasons why we had to use water bath. The answer for that, why we had to use alcohol, why we had to boil the leaf in alcohol, is that when we boil the leaf in alcohol, it dissolves the chlorophyll. And when the chlorophyll is dissolved, the leaf becomes colorless. That is necessary because in the further next step we have to see that the color change we have to notice. So if the leaf is already colored, then it will be difficult for us to identify the color change. Okay, now wash the leaf in water, and then what we have to do is dip the leaf in petri dish containing iodine solution. Okay, a petri dish is a small ball like structure, glass ball. In that you put the leaf. Okay, and then you remove the leaf and observe. So observe the change. So what you find the change, that is, this was the leaf which was green. Thoroughly it was green from all sides. Here we put the paper clip or cardboard with the paper clip, and then we expose it in the sun. And when we pluck the leaf and boiled and water boiled in alcohol and then dipped in iodine solution, what we find, this portion where the light fell, this portion where the light fell, they had turned blue black. And this portion where light could not fall because it was covered by the cardboard, this remained colorless. The yellowish color is there because of the iodine solution. Okay, so this is the observation. So what our observation is that we find that the part of the leaf exposed to sunlight turned blue black. Inference kya hai? What we understand by this? The change in the color is due to presence of starch. Now starch is formed during photosynthesis, and all the starch which was already there in the leaf, which was produced in the previous days, that is been already used within 3 to 4 days when we have kept it in the. So only in these portion where the light was exposed, new starch is made. Here also new starch is made, but here, since this part was covered by cardboard strip, starch could not be made. So it proves that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Since no starch is found in the covered portion of the leaf, it proves that light is necessary for photosynthesis. So I think it is clear to you what some questions when it is asked that why the leaf has to be boiled in water, why the leaf has to be boiled in alcohol, why the water bath is used in alcohol, why we have to test it with the iodine solution, what is starch, where the starches come, first product of photosynthesis is glucose, then where the starches come, why we have to use all these things. And so I think the answer of all the questions are clear to you. We go to the next experiment. In this experiment, would like to know whether carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. The experiment to prove that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis, what we have to do is take two identical small potted plants. It should not be very big. Small means it should not be very small. Also, tiny plant also we need not to take, and we should not take it because we have to cover it with the bell jar. So a potted plant should be such size only that which can be easily covered by bell jar. Now keep them in dark for 3 to 4 days to destarch. We already studied what is destarching mean, why we have to keep them in the dark. Now take the plants out. ले लिया अपन ने अंधेरे से बाहर निकाल रहे हैं. Had we covered with the cardboard? The cardboard is removed. Had we kept it in the dark room? We have removed them from the dark room. Now what we have to do is label them as A and B. See, it is A and this is pot B. Now cover them with bell jars. See, here we are covered with the bell jar. Bell jar is a glass jar which is bell shaped. Okay, so as I said, the potted plant should be such tall only that it can be easily covered by the bell jar. It should not be very big, or the bell jar should that the bell jar cannot cover them. Okay, now in bell jar A, or in the bell jar of the plant A, place a petri dish containing potassium hydroxide pellets. Potassium hydroxide pellets. Now, what potassium hydroxide does? Potassium hydroxide has a tendency to absorb carbon dioxide. So, since we already covered it with the bell jar, so only a small microenvironment is there. In that microenvironment, whatever 0.03% of carbon dioxide is there, that can be easily absorbed by few pellets of KOH. Before that, we have to seal the surface where the bell jar and the flat surface is coming in contact, the table or whatever surface, that should be covered or that should be sealed with using petroleum jelly. So it is reading, seal the bell jar airtight using petroleum jelly. Petroleum jelly is nothing but that Vaseline which you are using at home during winter. Okay, so petroleum jelly is easiest way. You can seal it using wax even, or you can seal it using some other medium, but the best and easily available medium is this. You can even make a solution of what you call plaster of Paris, and you can put it there. So within no time, the plaster of Paris will solidify, and it will also act as a sealing. Okay, so now this whole setup is made. Now this table where the setup is kept should place in sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. So keep the setup in sun for 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 hours depending on the availability of the sun. Nowadays it is very hot. I'm teaching this in the month of May in Rajasthan, sorry, April in Rajasthan, late April, and the sun is very bright at that time. So even 2 hours, 3 hours are enough. But if the same experiment we are doing in monsoon, probably we have to keep the full days because the sunlight may not be available. Diffuse light is there. Or during winters, it may require 4 to 5 hours. So you have to use your common sense. Okay. Now pluck one of the leaf from each of the plant A and plant B. One leaf we are taken. Just for marking, what you can do is one of the leaves tip you cut or put some mark, because finally you have to see that which leaf was from which plant, because both the plants are same species, same type. So sometime it may get confused. So what you can do is just put some mark, some some cut you can put, or uh, some thread you can tie on its string or whatever it is, like that. Okay, now 10th step is boil the leaf in water. So boil them in water. So no more photosynthesis take place. So see, we have taken a beaker, we have put the water and put both the leaf from plant A, plant B. Now I have not shown any cut and all here, but it's common sense. You may use it. Okay, and then boil it using a spirit lamp or burner, whatever you got. Okay, remember always use Borosil or Corning glass beaker, otherwise it will break when you warm it. Okay, now step 11 kya hai? Now boil them in alcohol using water bath to prevent fire. This step is very well explained in the previous experiment. Why we have to use it in water bath, why we have to use water bath, and why we have to boil the leaf in alcohol. So we have boiled the leaf in alcohol. Now what we have to do is remove the leaves, both the leaves. Remove the leaves and dip the leaves in iodine solution and observe the change. So observation क्या देख रहे हैं आप? we find that the leaf of plant A shows no color change. Plant A, the bell jar in which potassium hydroxide was kept. No color change. No color change is indication that no photosynthesis, no starch present. No starch because no photosynthesis took place. Whereas the leaf of the plant B, here you can see leaf from the plant B is turned blue-black. Why it has turned blue-black? Here it is yellowish because of the it was dipped in the iodine. Here it is blue-black because it was containing starch, and starch when comes in contact with iodine solution, so its color changes. So its color changed to blue-black, and the change in the blue-black color is sign that the starch is there, and starch can produce only in photosynthesis because already present or already stored starch which was there, that has been already consumed when we have kept the plant in 3 to 4 days, plant 3 to 4 days in dark. Okay, so inference क्या है? The starch is not formed in leaf A, but it is formed in leaf B, means no photosynthesis took place in plant A because all the carbon dioxide which was there in the bell jar was absorbed by KOH. So KOH has absorbed all the carbon dioxide which was already there. And now there is no carbon dioxide. So out of 4 requirements, sunlight is there because we kept the plant in sun. Chlorophyll is there because the leaf is green. Water is already there because we put water, keep on putting water in the pot. Had water would not put, the plant would have wilted or plant would have died. So now what is not there is in the bell jar A, whatever carbon dioxide was there, that is being used. And in bell jar B, we are not put potassium hydroxide. So there was enough of carbon dioxide. Again, that much area which or even if you can if you don't put bell jar, then also the experiment would have been resulted same. Okay, let us see the result hence proved that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Okay, so 2 experiments we have done. Experiment 1 to prove that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Experiment 2 that proves that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Okay, I think it is very much clear to you because step by step and by illustration I have explained you. Okay, to make these illustrations it took a full day, and to explain it hardly taking 5 minutes. Okay, let us see the third experiment. Experiment to prove chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Let us see whether chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. So it is a very tricky experiment. In this experiment, we have to choose a plant with variegated leaf. See, it is written take a potted plant with variegated leaf. Variegated leaf कौन सा होता है? In which the leaf is not fully green, but it has got yellow patches or yellow or any other color patches. So here you can see the leaf is there with the yellow patches in it. Okay, so such plant we have to take. And next step is we have to cover the plant with cardboard for 3 to 4 days, or keep the plant in dark in a room where nobody goes. Okay? Remember, even if you're keeping the plant in dark room or you are covering the plant with the cardboard, you have to keep giving water. Okay. Okay. Now next step क्या है? Keep the plant out in sun for 4 to 5 hours. You don't have to do any other thing. आपको कोई पोटेशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड नहीं डालना, आपको कोई स्ट्रिप नहीं लगाना, कुछ नहीं करना. Simply keep the plant in light for 4 to 5 hours. So photosynthesis will take place. Okay. Now let us see what happens next. Pluck one healthy leaf, any one. कोई सा भी एक अच्छा सा ले लीजिए, ये मत लीजिए, कटा पटा सा है ना, ये ले लीजिए, कोई से भी एक ले लीजिए, एक हेल्दी लीफ. देन क्या करना है अपन को? वही स्टेप लगाने हैं पहले वाले, दैट इज बॉईल द लीफ इन वाटर टू किल इट so that no more photosynthesis take place. Then boil the leaf in alcohol using water bath. Okay, one more important step which I forgot to write here is that is when we pluck the leaf, if you got a butter paper, just trace the areas of the leaf, that which part of the leaf was green and which part of the part of the leaf was yellow. Take a trace paper, keep the leaf under it, put the trace paper above it, trace the boundary of the leaf and the boundary of those portion where the leaves are green. The green one you can mark with some coloration and the yellow one you can mark with another, or you can simply write green part with G and yellow part with Y. Okay, this will be used when we will be finding the results or observation. Okay, so boil the leaf in using water bath in alcohol so that it can dissolve all the chlorophyll and the leaf become discolorated or decolorated. Now wash the leaf in water, thoroughly rinse so that whatever chlorophyll is there that will go away, and dip the leaf in iodine solution. Iodine solution is yellowish, darkish yellow color. Okay, so this is the iodine solution in which we put the leaf. Keep it there for 1 or 2 minutes. Now remove the leaf and observe the color change. निकाल लीजिए leaf and observe the color change. So what you see, what you observe, see, observation. The green portion of the leaf become blue or turn blue black, while the yellow portion remain colorless or it doesn't show any color change. Now use that same trace paper on which you have sketched the areas of the leaves, yellow and green, and you place the trace paper on it, and you see that only the green portion they have shown the blue color. See, this is the green portion that is become blue. This is the green portion, this portion has become blue. This is the green portion that is become blue. And the yellow portion containing part of the leaf does not show any change in color. Why? Why yellow is not changed to blue black? Because there is no starch formed. Why the starch is not formed in the yellow part? Because it never had chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, the word chlor stands for green. Chlorine is a green color gas. Chlor, alkali, the chlorine gas producing or that process, whatever it is. Okay, now our chlorophyll or chloroplast are the word which are standing for green, symbolizing something green. So chlorophyll is a green color pigment. Naturally, it is not found in yellow. So yellow part में chlorophyll नहीं है. So since there is no chlorophyll in yellow part, no photosynthesis took place. So obviously our inference shows that the chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. क्या कह रहा है? Blue black color shows that the starch is formed only in the green part of the green color part. तो ये क्या बता रहा है? Result क्या है इसका? Result hence proved that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. So three activities we are done. Three activities we have done. First activity, light is necessary for photosynthesis. Activity 2, carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. And the third one is, that is the chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Fourth one is water. Water का क्या करना है? If you don't give water, plant will first die. Okay, so the leaves will wait and all other. So water का तो आप वैसे भी समझ सकते हैं. And you know that transpiration and all other activities are the uses of the water. So water is very useful for the plant anyway. So with this we come to the end of photosynthesis and nutrition in plant. Okay, so nutrition in plants जो था वो हमारा portion खत्म हो गया यहाँ पे. And in the next class we shall start with holozoic nutrition, and I can just give you some of the introduction of holozoic न्यूट्रिशन. होलोजोइक न्यूट्रिशन क्या होता है? ज्यादा पहले heterotrophic nutrition पढ़ते हैं. Heterotrophic nutrition क्या होता है? Heterotrophic means those type of nutrition in which the organism is unable to prepare food of their own. Rather, it is depending on some other organisms to obtain their food. The other organism can be plant, it can be animal, it can be dead animal, it can be dead part of the plant, it can be some fruit, some waste, some so much so that is those waste which are waste for us, like even if we spit, the flies goes and sit there. Why? Because the fly is getting some protein and some things are there. For us, it is a waste. Okay? Human excreta is waste for us, but there are many animals or many uh, insects and others. For them, it is a food. So the organism which are deriving their food from some other sources, that is, they are not producing or preparing itself. That type of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. And autotrophic nutrition, which we are done. Again, autotrophic nutrition were of two types. That is the photoautotropic and chemoautotropic. In the last video, I have put some of the questions. I hope you have done those questions. If you do, it is better. If you don't do, it is all the more better. But don't think that every year government will pass because of corona without exam. So they whether you consider them lucky that previous year's batch, or whether you consider them unlucky. For us, they are not lucky. For us, they are not lucky. In today's WhatsApp status, I put one of the picture of one of the Muhammad. He was taking exam from past 28 years, or 10th class exam. He could not pass, so every year he used to sit, but he never used to study. Why? Because he was unable to catch English, and every year he used to fail in English only in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana he was belonging to. And this year he passed, thank God, and thank Corona. He will never forget Corona. So Corona can be for some goodness to someone. Anyway, and that's not a joke. He may also not be very happy with that. For that happiness is for a momentary, but the losses which it has created is tremendous. So many people have lost their lives. So many families have become um, like they are suffering like anything. So we should not uh, be think that way, that because of the corona children are passing. That passing is of no use, because the children will not be able to know that what they know and what they don't know. And the most intelligent person is the one who knows that what he don't know. And the person who don't know that what he knows and what he knows that what he don't know, there is a difference. ठीक है. So ये बात आप याद रखना बच्चे. तो heterotrophic nutrition, sorry, autotrophic nutrition, I said is of two types: chemoautotropic and photoautotropic. Chemoautotropic were those which were producing food using the energy by oxidation of inorganic substances. They were always microorganisms. So they were using uh, um, sulfur or iron or some other substances for oxidation, and that energy they were using. So they were not dependent on sunlight. So they could even found in those regions where the light never reaches, like the bed of the sea. Okay? So that's all for today, children. In tomorrow's video, we'll study about heterotrophic nutrition, and heterotrophic nutrition has got various parts. That is the holozoic, saprozoic, and parasitic. Holozoic we'll start with. Okay? So first, we'll study nutrition in an amoeba. So that's all for today. Good day, children, and be safe. Follow all the corona guidelines. Always wear mask. I am at my home. Hope that you are also at home. Remain at home, and it's better for you and for all the other people. Thank you. Good day.